kind of Super Bowl summit at the White House. The two economic superpowers, the two biggest economies in the world. President Obama and China's President Hu met face to face. And China agreed to buy $45 billion worth of U.S. goods, which could keep 235,000 Americans on the job. And what about that thorny issue, China's record on human rights? Jake Tapper has it all tonight from the White House. Jake.
Good evening, Diane. Well, White House officials say that more than 50% of the conversation between President Obama and Chinese President Hu Jintao was about jobs, specifically opening up Chinese markets to U.S. goods to increase U.S. manufacturing. But that goal is often in direct conflict with the desire for the Chinese to show more respect for human rights. And on that front, there was a rare admission today by the Chinese leader. Morning broke with the pomp and circumstance of a state visit.
On behalf of the American people, welcome to the United States.
President Obama declared that the two superpowers have an enormous stake in each other's success. But the issue of human rights was present all day. In protests across the street about China's oppression of religious minorities and Tibet.
We just want to show that they're the skeletons in Hu Jintao's closet.
And from the president in his opening remarks.
History shows that societies are more harmonious and the world is more just when the rights and responsibilities of all nations and all people are upheld.
Replied President Hu. China and the U.S. should respect each other's choice of development path and each other's core interests. In other words, back off. But later at a joint press conference, a possibly significant change in words. President Hu made a concession that experts call a shift in rhetoric, at least, acknowledging, quote, a lot still needs to be done in China in terms of human rights.
That frank and candid assessment on our part will continue. But that doesn't prevent us from cooperating in these other critical areas.
These other areas, the president says, are millions of potential American jobs as he pushed for Hu to open Chinese markets to more U.S. products.
We want to sell you planes, we want to sell you cars, we want to sell you software.
Today came announcements of deals for U.S. exports to China worth more than $45 billion, supporting, one way or another, the White House says, 235,000 American jobs. One case in point, Riverside, California's MVP RV. A Chinese company is investing $310 million to export motorhomes to China.
As we get this investment, we're immediately going to be able to put jobs right back here in Southern California. Over 1,000 jobs that have been lost recently.
And Diane, that state dinner is underway with President Obama and First Lady Obama greeting President Hu Jintao at the portico at the White House. It's a who's who in that room right now, and the theme of the state dinner is, quote, quintessentially American. That's reflected in the decor, the entertainment, which is jazz, and in, of course, the menu, which is surf and turf, lobster and ribeye steak, and, of course, that quintessentially American dessert, apple pie. Diane?
As American as. Thank you, Jake Tapper.